for the longest time, marijuana was illegal. I actually watched a TV show at some point where I saw a young man have his car taken away, impounded, stolen, because he had a dime of grass. $10 worth of marijuana. And the law said that they could take the man's vehicle, stop his ability to move, totally screw his life because he's selling dime bags. There's such a underlying condoning of an insanity. It's like mortgages, where all of the interest is at the beginning of the loan. So you're paying back, and then after a year or two, you find out you've paid off interest, but nothing of the principal. That's insanity. That is insanity, and yet we go along with it. Everything to do with the government is just a big fucking hassle, isn't it? You got to deal with paperwork. You got to deal with bureaucracy. You got to deal with stupidity. If there's a rule, there's a rule. You have to follow. Then there's these rule followers and rule enforcers that make sure you follow the rule, or else you're going to get punished. This is parasitic. And because it's lasted for hundreds of years, because it's within the actual educational system that's telling you as you grow up, well, this is okay and this is the way it is, rather than, no, you've got a huge parasite on you, and different types of humans form into that parasite, and they just suck the lifeblood out of people. And then you add in the banking system, and they suck out some more lifeblood. And then you have this media system that protects all the parasites from sucking all the blood out of you. And this is normal. This is normal. And even if you bring it up, it's like, yeah, that's the way it is. It's not the way it is. It can be changed by a mindset. It can be changed by holding an ideal of knowing what you're aiming at, and then having a comparison point to what is. Because if you just look around you and you go, this is the way it is, there's nothing I can ever do, because you never imagined a different future. You don't imagine a new system. You have methodology to build a new system. So of course you're just stuck in the old paradigm, stuck in the old system. So it has to start in the mind. You have to have a philosophy that deals with this. Because if you don't, you're already brainwashed by your cultural conditioning. You're already brainwashed by all of the things that have happened before your birth. And then there's you growing up in it. And then you having to go through a process of waking up out of it, or you never really became part of it. There's some part of you, your spirit, your soul, that went, thanks, but no thanks. I'm not going to participate in that type of thinking. I'm going to create my own type of thinking. So those are two very different people. Because at some point, the system looks to break your spirit. And then people just go along. You know, at some point, you're getting so thrashed by the guards and guardians of the doorways and the enforcers of the rules, that at some point you just go, okay, I'll just go along with it. And you can have a pretty darn good life if you do. You get rewarded. You get management positions. You get big houses, and cars, and lots of food and gas, and feeling you're important because you're doing something with a whole bunch of other humans. That generally probably is hopefully a decent thing to do. But most of us get trapped in jobs that we don't really want to do. And so to extract yourself from the system, to remove yourself, to get true freedom, you need financial freedom. And so in order to have financial freedom, we have to start doing something differently outside of the old system, because that old system is there to suck the lifeblood out of you. It is not there to empower you to bring your gifts into a loving community, right? Huge difference. And so right now, we yearn for that loving community. We yearn for being around people that you don't have to sort of be on the safeguard about. And what's happened in the past 2 years just shows that there's this, again, a parasitic force that is always fucking with the people. And at some point, the people have to get rid of it. You know, that's just it. That's the only way we are going to be able to deal with this. And again, it's going to start in the mind first. It's going to start with having the proper philosophy that brings us together, that allows us to create our own new system and empowers our gifts to go into a loving community. So that's at the heart of the very secret plan. That's at the heart of Planetary Guardians. That's at the heart of why you are watching these videos now. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you a way to reformat your mind, connect with others, and do business together, and have a values-based ethical system at the core of it, one that we've got to learn how to use together. And one of the key components is communicating. The key components is being more conscious in our communication and having methodologies and tools to do so. And so that's another thing that is going to be brought forward here through this process of participating in the Planetary Guardians media game. So I'm Captain Sweep, and it's great to see you. And let's go to the next video.